Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this particular video, I'll be teaching you the 5 stages that you need to pass through before you become a successful and consistently profitable trader. Now, it is a different ball game to be consistently profitable. A lot of traders out there can be profitable for, let's say, a month, 2 months, and they can't sustain that consistency in being profitable for over a long while. So I'll be teaching you the 5 necessary stages that every professional trader you know out there had to pass through before they became profitable and consistently profitable in the forex market. Okay, so if this is your first time actually coming across a video of mine, I would love you to subscribe to this channel. And even if this is not your first time and you're yet to subscribe to this YouTube channel, seriously, man, I don't know whether I offended you or something. Like, seriously, man, subscribe to this channel. Okay, give this video a thumbs up so that every other person that would love to get across this video, YouTube will have to show this kind of videos to them. Okay, and as well, click the notification icon, which is like the most important part, so that every single time I do a video like this, you do not get to miss out. Okay, so that said, let's jump right into this video. Now, there are 5 major stages. Actually, there are 6 major stages that every single trader out there had to pass through before they became, consistently profitable. Okay, now I remember when I came across the forex market, unconsciously I was passing through these 5 stages to this particular point where I have been consistently profitable in the forex market. So these are the 5 stages that I've also reviewed. Some of my friends are profitable in the forex market. I've reviewed a lot of professionals I know out there that are really good trading that also had to pass those 5 stages before they came to a point where they are now consistently profitable. Okay, so this video is actually a product of research. It's not just a product of my mind or my imagination. This is a product of research, and as I speak in this video, some of you might be you'll be able to actually find your foothold. You'll be able to find where you actually are on the journey and how to reassess yourself and move to the next stage, because you need to get to the final stage as quick as possible. So there are actually 5 stages. Number 1, the first stage is the stage of awareness. Now, this is the stage where we're just coming to know the forex market. You're just hearing forex for the very first time. There are 2 things that characterize this particular stage. Number 1 is curiosity, and number 2 is pride. Okay, these are 2 things that characterize this first stage. And the awareness stage is where you just heard about the forex market and maybe attended 1 or 2 seminars, and you now begin to see the possibility of making $1 million, $2 million with just a click of a button. You're like, wow, there's a lot of curiosity begins to well up inside of it, like, wow, so where has this been all my life? Where has this kind of thing been all my life? I mean, what have I been doing in my entire life? Why am I just hearing about forex right now? So it's a lot of curiosity at this stage. You're trying to experiment a lot of things. You just want to know, connect with every forex trader out there. This is a stage where a lot of people just go on their status, just start sending screenshots of charts, putting charts that they don't understand, they don't even know what it means. They just put it on their status, put it on their Instagram, put it on their Facebook. You'll be like, you are hustling, that kind of thing, because you're curious. I mean, this is just the first time hearing about forex, so you're really excited. A lot of excitement, excitement without knowledge. Okay, so you're really excited about the market at this point, and this is a period where people also begin start being filled with pride. Yeah, even without making the money, just knowing that it is possible to make that much money, they just begin to feel proud. It's a very funny stage. Okay, but I experienced all these things myself too. You just begin to feel like, okay, these guys, if I give myself 1, 2, 3 years in this thing, before you know it, I'll blow up. You understand? So there's a lot of pride, even without knowing nothing. Like, I see this a lot, man. Even without knowing nothing, they've not even made $5 in this market. They just feel like, seeing the guys making this in this industry, if I give myself 1 year, 6 months, I'll blow. So they just begin to see everybody as BS, all of that. So this is actually the awareness stage. Okay, this stage, pride, and it characterized by pride and curiosity. Okay, that's the first stage. Now the second stage is the losing stage. This is the stage where you're now trading. This is the stage where you now start, maybe the first stage where you now do your first deposit. You deposit $100, $150, $200 with hopes that your $200 will probably yield, let's say $1,000 or $3,000 in the market. you know, you're curious, you don't know anything, you're just curious, so you just came into this market. Now the second stage is the losing stage. So this is the point where you blow your first account. This is the point where you now begin to see the reality of trading. Because I remember when I first learned, when I first, you know, became aware of the forex market, I attended a one-day seminar and I started to learn on my own after that. So after like 2 days of learning, you know, experimenting with what it calls stochastic indicator and the RSI. So I found out like, okay, if RSI is going up, the market is going up, it's coming down, market is coming. I thought it was that easy. So I even called the guy that held the seminar for. I was like, why are you guys saying this thing is hard? I mean, it's very easy. Is it not where this is going up, you buy? If it's going down, you sell. It's as easy as anything. So he just laughed. I didn't know what that laugh meant. I found out after 3 years what that laugh meant. The laugh meant no problem, just keep going, just they play. So it was a very funny experience, man. So the second stage is where you funded and you now blow your first account. Okay, reality begins to dawn on you like, man, this is not as easy as I thought. It's not it's not a bed of roses. Because what of you now begin to compare yourself with all the guys that you're saying, showing the big cars, the big houses, the vacations, the everything. You now begin to compare yourself with like, why is it happening for them? You know, it's not happening for me. I mean, what's happening? This is the point a lot of people, especially Africans, now begin to blame some form of spiritual powers, some spirits from your father's house, from your mother's house. You begin to think that these are the factors that are affecting your trading results. And unfortunately, this is the period too where a lot of traders just give up. Okay, a lot of newbies, this is where they just give up, like, it's not working, man, I'm giving up. This is the time a lot of traders, in fact 70% of traders give up at this point. Just like, seriously, it's not that easy. I mean, they just give up and they now start propagating the story that forex is hard though. That's why if you meet 10 traders, 9 out of 10 traders will tell you that forex is hard. Why? Because they gave up at the losing stage. So a lot of the stories we see here out there about forex is that it's hard, you can't make it, it's scam and all of that, because they are getting their stories from people who actually gave up on the losing stage. Okay, so this is the stage where I blew a lot of account. My first account I funded was like $5. Of course, a $5 account is destined to blow. That's the destiny of a $5 account. I blew the account, you know, funded again, like different funding, funded from my pocket money, because when I started learning I was a student on campus. So I funded $5, $10, $20, $100, $50. So just kept blowing, okay, until I had to move to the next phase. Now the next stage, which is the third stage, this is the learning stage. Okay, this is the stage where you now find out that if I really want to make money in this thing, I'll have to really be serious and learn. I have to really put my head down and really learn. This is where you begin to acknowledge the fact that successful traders didn't get successful out of luck, because one of the things that's characterized, you know, the second stage is luck. I forgot to mention that. So because you feel it's a game of luck, you just feel it's a matter of if I can be lucky enough, if I can be lucky more times, I can actually make money. Okay, but unfortunately you find out that it's not a thing of luck. Okay, so the third stage, you're now learning, you're now serious. This is where you now go online, start looking for materials, go on YouTube, start searching for how to make money in forex, which strategy is the best for trading, which is the best time frame for trading. This is like the longest of all the phases. This is a phase where you begin to understand that knowledge is what works in this market. You need to have the knowledge. Okay, you need to have the knowledge. So at this time, you're actually experimenting with demo accounts, because you are now scared. You blew your first 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 accounts. So at the learning phase, you're too scared to actually put your real money again. So you're just doing demo accounts, experimenting with demo. Now this is another stage, that one of the things that characterizes this stage is also pride, because at this stage now, because you're gaining more knowledge, you feel like if I come back to the market, it's like this, you just blow. Unfortunately, well, we'll still get to the fourth stage. I'm coming. So this is still the third stage. You're still learning. So this is stage 2. A lot of people still do the IG thing, the WhatsApp thing, the Facebook thing. They take screenshot of chats, screenshot of people's results, post on their status, their IG, their stories, just to make you feel like they're really doing something with their entire life, which they are doing absolutely nothing. So that's the learning phase. So they're just learning, really learning, sincere about learning and all of that. So that's it for the third stage. Now the fourth stage is what I call the comeback stage. Now this is the stage, because they've learned a lot, they've followed like 10 YouTube channels, talking about forex. They've learned about chart patterns, candlestick, hammer. They've learned all they can tell you all the candlestick patterns. So during the comeback stage, they are hoping that if I'm going back to the market now, I'm smashing the market. So they now get into the market. They now come, get into the market once again. Maybe they refund like $50 or $100. This is a stage where a lot of people even borrow money, because with what they've learned, they feel like there's no reason why this shouldn't work. So this is the stage where they start looking for funds, like big funds, because they want to go big this time. They've learned a lot they want to go really big this time. So they borrow money. Some even go to banks. Some ask their elder brothers, elder sisters, their mom, their dad, ask them for money. Give me money, I can do this thing, trust me, 3 months I'll give you back your money with 20% or 30% profit. So they are back. This is the comeback stage. So they are back to the market, but to the shock of their life, what they have just seems not to work. They have much more results than they had in the first and second stage, because during the first stage, at least they have much more knowledge. So let's assume that they blew an account of $100 in like 1 week. In the comeback stage, they will still blow the $100 account, but they will have to take, it has to take like, let's say 4 weeks, 1 month, maybe 2 months before they now blow the account. Now this is the stage where a lot of, or the remaining 30% of traders that didn't give up in the second stage, this is where the remaining 30%, another half of that, like 15% of that number, give up in this second stage, because they are now wondering, I've learned, I've spent the time to learn, I've spent the time to do all the necessary running around to know this forex market thing, and I'm still losing. 15% of the remaining 30% give up at this point, because like seriously, what else can work? I've learned, I know the charts. This was clearly a bullish engulfing pattern. It was supposed to buy and it sold. Why? Okay, so there's a lot of discovery to be made in the comeback stage, but it's a little bit much more practical now, because now if you're losing in the comeback stage, you know that you can actually tell why you lost. Okay, so this is a stage where you take a trade. Let's say you saw a bullish engulfing pattern at a support and you bought, but now because and you bought and the market now sold. Now this is a stage where a lot of people now begin to find out, okay, why did I actually fail? They now look, by the time you now look on, let's say you go on a 4-hour chart or a higher time frame, you now see that there was a trend line. There was a trend line that you did not see. Okay, there was this trend line that initiated the sell that you were not seeing on the maybe 30 minutes or 15 minutes time frame that you were trading. So this is the time where you can actually tell where you actually are making mistakes, or like the second stage, first and second stage, where you don't even know you're losing and you can't even tell why. But now you have more knowledge. The first stage, you have more knowledge. You can tell that, well, this is why I'm actually losing. Your confidence is being affected at this point, because you're feeling bad. Of course you feel bad that you're losing money, but at least you can tell why you're actually losing. So that's the comeback stage. So at this stage, it's you just know that you're making mistake, that you just know something is missing. You might not be able to even place your hands on it and say, this is why I'm not making money, but you just know something is missing. You just know something is missing somewhere and you can't explain it. Now that's the comeback stage. Now the fifth stage is the mastery stage. Now this is where you know your mistakes. You've traded live money, you've traded demo. Now you know where that's where a lot of traders now begin to understand that being successful in forex is not a product of being technically inclined or being fundamentally inclined. This is where they begin to understand that the most important things, the most important habits, the most important factors in trading all boils down to risk management, trading psychology, and risk to reward. This is where it begins. This is like the aha moment. Wow. So this is what I've been missing. This is when traders now begin to go for courses. This is now where they now know that they need somebody who is doing something, somebody who already knows these things and is willing to guide them, somebody who's willing to hold their hands and actually guide them on how to scale through the forex market. So this is where they now begin to pay for courses, because now the forex market has killed your pride. You're no longer proud. You're no longer sharing charts, screenshotting people's results and putting on your status and on your IG stories and all of that. You're now humble. The forex market has you're broken. You're broken at this point. You now know that man, I need more knowledge at this point. So this is when they now begin to go for courses, start looking for mentors that they will follow through, because they now know that jumping from one strategy to another, which is what you learned in the second and the third stage, won't help you. So you know that, okay, I just need to stick one particular strategy, and I need to follow a particular mentor online. Okay, so this is where they now begin to pay for courses, begin to master their skills, begin to focus more on their risk management, their trading psychology, and all of that. This is like the mastery phase. Okay, so this phase is more like, it's a very long phase actually, because mastering, especially mastering trading psychology, might not actually, there's no time frame to it. It might take somebody 1 year to master that. It might take another person 1 month. It can take another person like 3 weeks to master their trading psychology, the ability to put their emotions in check when they are trading, the ability to not make decisions based on emotions but based on strategy. Okay, so this is that stage. This is the mastery. This is the stage where you're really, we can say you're really becoming good, because at this point, this is where you have one strategy and you're focusing on that strategy, you're backtesting that strategy, you are sure of that strategy, you believe that strategy. If you make a profit, you still trade with the same strategy. If you make a profit, you still take another trade with the same strategy. This is that mastery stage. Okay, this is when people like get really good. We can say this is the stage where they become much more profitable. Okay, let's say they can make a profit for 2-3 months, in at a stretch, and maybe they still have like losing months, they still have like losing months, like many bouts of losses anyway. At this stage, you don't blow accounts again, however, but you can have drawdowns. You can have drawdowns of like 50%, 60%, but because of your risk management is a little bit much more solid, they can maybe recover back to, let's say, 70, 80%, 90%. Then at some point again, there still drops some few blown accounts, and at this mastery stage. Okay, now that's the mastery stage. Now the final stage is the confidence stage. This is where guys like me now no, this is not, I'm not here to blow my trumpet or anything, but I can tell you I've been consistently profitable in this market. This is my 6 years in this market. 2020, by the end of 2020, I'll be 7 years in this market, so trust me, I know what I'm saying. So this is the stage where you now become confident. That you know this thing, okay, because you've blown account. Even when you got good, you still blew some new accounts. So you really know what is missing. You just know what is missing. You know the missing link, and you're willing not to allow your bad habits of trading to interfere with your trading result. This is where you're now confident. This is where by the time you see, you can easily, at this stage now, this stage comes with a lot of discernment, kind of, because at this stage you can just look at somebody's trading journey and you can discern where the person is. By the time the person is trying to tell you a lot about, maybe you're talking, trying to have discussion with the person, and they are trying to use term, telling you the Aussie dollar, the cable, they're just trying to bamboozle you with a lot of knowledge. You can tell, well, this guy is at the first stage. So this is the stage where you now become really humble. Like, there's no boast. You don't try to show off. There's no show off at this stage. You're not trying to prove a point to anybody. You are at this stage, you're comfortable to share your losses, your profits, because you've gotten past that, okay, and you've made like good money, okay, because you passed the 5th stage where you actually started making money. So this 6th stage, you've made money consistently, so there's no fears, no stress. You're not trying to prove anything. At this point is where you really become, this is the confidence stage, okay. You are confident. You're not afraid of anything. You're not proving no point to anybody. You're profitable, and you know that, okay, and you've mastered your trading psychology. You have trading psychology, risk management, and risk to reward in your fingertips. So this is actually the final stage of trading, and that is the stage where every professional trader out there are actually currently on. Okay, so this is just the 5 stages, actually the 6 stages of becoming successful as a forex trader. Now, before you go, I have a course on trading. I have a full course on forex trading, where I teach people that know like absolutely nothing about trading. I guide you, I hold you by the hand from the very basics of what is forex to the most advanced part of forex, where you now start making money. I've trained a lot of students. We have seen my students that knew nothing make money, make good money for themselves every single week. So it is something I actually guide you on. So if you have zero knowledge about the forex market, I would love to be your mentor. I'll have to teach you how to actually trade, okay. But even if you don't want me to be your mentor, I mean, I have free courses here that can actually guide you. Go through my free courses. I have a full course on forex market here. It's free. Okay, so you can go through that, start learning. We also give free signals for trading. So at this point, I would love you to go to the description. There will be linked to our free signal group so that you trade off my very signals and make money for yourself free of charge. Okay, so and finally, before you go, now if you know nothing about risk management, I taught a masterclass where I taught them on 10 rules of risk management. So if you've not watched that video, the video would be somewhere here. So go and watch that video on risk management. Okay, watch that video. It will guide you on a whole lot on risk management. Okay, so that's it. Cheers, till we meet again. My name is FX Daddy from TradeWave. So till we meet again, love you guys. So if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, seriously man, subscribe to this channel. I don't know what exactly you are waiting for. Subscribe to this channel. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn in this channel. So cheers, catch you guys. Go ahead, watch this video on risk management. Cheers.